What's going on, Phantombass and Cosmogs fans alike? This is Phantombass coming at you with our Week 3 APA match versus Panther, coach of the Carolina Clefables. His team should appear right about, give me like 14 seconds to be completely unprofessional and forget. Right about now. As you can clearly see, this team is incredibly, I thought Dan's aDrive's team was fat. No, this team's way worse. He's got Mew, Clefable, Ferrothorn, Nidoqueen, Mega Aerodactyl, Kyurem, Blastoise, Incineroar, Galvantula, Linoone, and Primeape. Okay, his only Z-Crystal users are Mew and Kyurem. Fun fact about this team, his offensive presence literally lies in Mega Aerodactyl and Primeape. And even then, Primeape isn't exactly strong. He's got Galvantula for webs, he's got Linoone as the Belly Drum Extreme Speed Sweeper, he's got Incineroar that's got the only comparable attack stat to Mega Aerodactyl. Mega Aerodactyl's like base 135, Incineroar's like 115, and after that, it's got like Galvantula with like base 97 special attack, and Primeape with like base 105 attack, and Linoone with like base 100 attack at worst. So, well, then you got Kyurem, it's got base 130 in both attacks, but like that's the extent of his offensive presence. Not counting Sheer Force Life Form Nidoqueen, which I'm fully expecting this week. Anyway, let's quickly go over my new roster. In case you guys didn't see my transactions video that I just posted not too long ago, let me quickly go over my team. My team is Thundurus Incarnate, Z-Crystal, Tapu Fini, Mamoswine, Bronzong, Umbreon, Scolipede, Z-Crystal, Flygon, Mega Heracross, Gogoat, Aerodactyl, Regular Aerodactyl, and Zangoose. Now, this being said, we can clearly see the biggest threats to my team are going to be Mega Aerodactyl, because one, it outspeeds my entire roster. It can outspeed some of my Scarfers. Kyurem is a huge problem for my team. But I'm pretty well prepared for it. I don't expect him to bring it, only because I have Tapu Fini staring it in the face, but that doesn't mean I'm not prepared for it. I expect the honest-to-God biggest threat to my team is, and I'm not going to say this too loud, but Linoone. Because Linoone is got the capability to sweep my entire team single-handedly. All it needs is a chance to set up a belly drum, and is practically going to kill me. Because, yeah, it's just +6 attack, plus extreme speed just ruins me. My team doesn't have a whole lot of priority, so what priority it does have, it's not going to enjoy taking, or what Pokemon I have that do get priority are not going to enjoy taking extreme speed from a +6 Linoone. Now, that being said, we can safely assume that the mons that he's going to be, the mons that I expect him to bring are the best mons against me, and the mons that I expect him to bring are going to be Starbreaker Mew, with something like Super Fang, Will-O-Wisp, Taunt, and Roost. That's what I expect. It's either going to be Taunt or it's going to be Super Fang or Psychic. Psychic I expect more only because he's going to want to crap on my Mega Heracross, but that leaves me open to kill him back with Heracross. However, he could also Will-O-Wisp me, which could present a decent problem. But I expect Super Fang because it hits my Umbreon as well and my Bronzong, and that's a bit of a bigger problem. I more expect a Super Fang set, which is okay, especially with me not having a Ghost type anymore, thanks to dropping Blacephalon, but Blacephalon wasn't good on my team at all. It didn't match up well. So that's the kind of Mew I expect. Something maybe enough speed to creep Mamoswine, but I usually tend to run that Adamant only because power is power. I expect Clefable. Clefable's the biggest issue defensively that I have to deal with, because it's the only thing that Mega Heracross cannot one-shot. It's the one thing that Heracross cannot two-shot. So, that being said, it and Blastoise are actually the two biggest problems. I don't expect Blastoise though, because I've got Thundurus now. Thundurus can just blow it away. If it brings Miracle, an easy switch in for me is Umbreon. If he goes for Toxic, I Toxic it back, and Miracle doesn't work against Umbreon anyway. So really, I don't see a reason for him to bring Blastoise, because his hazard removal in Aerodactyl and Mew is sufficient, I think. I'm expecting Clefable, and I'm expecting either a Dual Dance or at least a Calm Mind Clefable. Because Double Dance Clefable just poops on me. Cosmic Power Calm Mind is evil. It's it does bad things to me. I can expect Nidoqueen, because Nidoqueen is a good hazard setter. It's very, very powerful if it's running a Life Orb set. And I'm expecting also for him to bring Galvantula, because it actually can serve as a soft check to my Thundurus with it if he scarfs it. It can also serve as a soft check to my Flygon if he scarfs it. I'm kind of expecting a Scarf Galvantula, because you can't tell. I expect Kyurem, because Kyurem just nukes the crap out of it. I'm not really expecting. Okay, I lied. I'm not expecting. I'm expecting Mega Aerodactyl, because Mega Aerodactyl is the one thing I can crap on my Mega Heracross in one shot with the bulk. Like, I can invest a lot of bulk in a Mega Heracross with the attack stat it's got. But Mega Aerodactyl just blows it away with an Aerial Ace. There's no hope for it. Yeah, that's just a problem. Aerodactyl can also be a very good taunt lead. It can be a good stealth rock setter. It's just a crazy mon to have to deal with. And I'm expecting an Adamant Aerodactyl, because Adamant Aerodactyl does still outspeed my entire team, including my own Aerodactyl. It can run 244 in speed and run Adamant and still outspeed my Aerodactyl. This being said, I think my last mon I expect him to bring is either Ferrothorn or Linoon, and I think he might go Ferrothorn for the hazards, because I don't have a fire type anymore. So, granted, that means that Will-O-Wisp spread is pretty free, but I do have a terrain, so these gotta kind of think about that one as well. That being said, I actually want to spend some time on this team builder, because I spent a lot of time and thought into this, and this is the first time I'm recording a team prep that I'm not actually doing it after the match. So I looked at his team and I had a strategy in mind automatically. Because I expect Galvantula to come, I expected him to bring, I wanted to be able to punish him should he bring sticky webs. So the first thing I'm doing, the first mon I instantly thought of was Flygon. And I knew right off the bat I wanted to choice Scarf Flygon with U-Turn, Earthquake, Defog, and Dragon Claw. And we're running, this is a very easy spread for me to come up with, because it doesn't require a whole lot of thought, but it does require me to make sure that I can handle this pretty well. We're running a Jolly Flygon with, his name is Goggles. Shoutouts to my Pokemon Emerald playthrough, if you guys know that one, or my Phantom Lock from way back in the day. Heck yeah. Anyway, so Dragon Claw or U-Turn is there for initiative, because if I can lead out, he leads out with Galvantula first off. If he's not scarfed, we click U-Turn, we just go straight into. We can click U-Turn and safely break its sash, get out into Thundurus, to where we can pick it off. We can kill it off at the range of health that it's at, pretty much guaranteed, with a Sludge Wave or a Psychic. Or we can go out into some other things to prevent him setting up, not even prevent him setting up sticky webs, because my team doesn't really suffer from sticky webs too badly. This particular team I'm bringing, I don't expect him to bring it. And honestly, my fast mons outside of Scolipede don't care about sticky web. So, because they're all levitating or flying. And honestly, Trick Room would work kind of well. I say it worked well here, it really wouldn't because of Ferrothorn. But anyway, so Choice Scarf Flygon. I need Defog to get rid of sticky webs, get rid of hazards, because my plan is to go into Thundurus here. And I'm going to tell you now, Kaiba here. I was going to bring it with Psyche MZ, with Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Psychic, and Thunder Wave, all the yellow spam. Now the spread stays the same, thankfully. We can run 236 in speed. We're going to go Timid. Not Sassy. Lord, Sassy's terrible. We're going to go Timid. We're going to go Max Special Attack, and the rest into, I believe, HP. Yep, HP to give us an uneven number. Heck yeah. So we can. Now this is not the set I kept, and the reason for that is because I actually kind of get mono-walled by Kyurem, and I didn't want to deal with that, so we could easily just deal with it. Anyway, but this was the set I was going to go for eventually, or to start out with, and I decided against it because I knew if I did this, I would have a problem with Clefables, so I decided to change it to Poison EMZ, and we're changing Thunderbolt to Sludge Wave. Because first off, Sludge Wave over Sludge Bomb, because I want all the power I can get. Sludge Bomb doesn't matter. The Poison Chance doesn't matter because Clefable is going to be Magic Guard. Pretty much guaranteed. Now, this is my offensive check to Clefable. And this also allows me to kill an offensive, an offensive Nidoqueen. This Thundurus is meant to help me run this little shenanigan I've got going with a Scarf U-turn into Thundurus to kill off the Galvantula before it can set up web, or even after it sets up webs, I can kill off Galvantula, Volt Switch out into Flygon and Defog. So that's kind of the point of that. Now, I bet you're thinking, why Thunder Wave? Thunder Wave is going to help. Okay, Thunder Wave. I had almost this entire team prepped in the back of my mind to begin with, and I'll explain it as I go. So, Thunder Wave was meant to paralyze 4 particular Pokemon. I wanted to paralyze Aerodactyl, Mew, Kyurem, and Clefable, and I'll explain why here in a second. So next up, I decided I wanted to have a nice way to shut down Double Dance Clefable, and I thought, what better way than Tapu Fini, because we can run a leftovers set with Taunt, Surf, Icy Wind, and Moonblast. Okay, this is a fun set because we're running 252 in HP, we're running 192 speed, 192 speed, and running the rest into Spadef, but we're running it Calm. Now, why is this? Because, one, this allows us to safely come in on both. This allows us to come in on Clefable pretty freely. If he's going for Thunderbolt, he's not too killing me unless he's like Modest Life Orb. And if he's that, we can pretty well play around that, and the fact that we can just blow it back with Thunders, because he probably won't have a whole lot of bulk investment. We can taunt down a Double Dance Clefable, which is going to be a huge problem for my team if he brings it. But I think if we can taunt, that's the point behind the initiative between these two mods, because if I can get the initiative here as he goes into Clefable, particularly on something like Flygon, I can go get the initiative, get into Tapu Fini, and taunt it immediately. So he can't set up rocks, he can't aromatherapy, he can't wish, he can't soft will, he can't do anything. Like, his best thing he can do is go for an offensive attack, which would be like Moonblast. And he needs Moonblast to take care of my Flygon, because if he doesn't bring that, and he can't handle, if he only brings Ice Beam, he can't handle Tapu Fini. If he only brings Moonblast, he can't handle Bronzong. If he only brings Flamethrower, he can't handle Tapu Fini, or he can't handle Bronzong. He can't handle Tapu Fini or Flygon. Like, that's just the thing. So the next Pokemon I decided to bring, because of it's just amazing matchup here, honestly, is Umbreon. I wanted to go with Wish Heal Bell set this time around, because once again I noticed that I have, at the end of this you're going to notice I'm going to have 3 Levitating Mons. So we cannot allow them to get statused, nor can we allow our win condition to get statused either. So with that being said, we could, and we have a couple win conditions here, and I'll explain those at the end of this prep. But Fat is here. We're going to make you shiny, of course, and male, because otherwise we're feminists. We're not feminists, but we're misogynistic. Anyway, Wish Heal Bell, Foul Play, and the last move was up in the air, because I really didn't know. I thought about going Sucker Punch, I thought about going for like a coverage move, even like I thought about Psychic just to hit Nidoqueen. Now this thing has a very peculiar spread, and I'm going to explain it right now, because you're going to need to know exactly why I brought this Umbreon. It is I got 244 in HP, 140 Impish in defense, and 124 in Spidef. Okay, let's explain this. I was so paranoid of Belly Drum, Extreme Speed, and Linoon that with this, I decided to design a Pokemon to take it on. And with initiative, like I've got with this team, like especially Scarf, Flygon, or Thundurus, I can easily Volt Turn out into Umbreon on his Linoon. And as he goes for Belly Drum. Now, if he goes for... Now, I've prepped this in such a way that an Adamant max attack plus 6 extreme speed, after I take Stealth Rock hit, will not kill my Umbreon, and I will one-shot with Foul Play even if he's max HP. So, that's the fun part. The last move is up in the air because I really didn't know what I wanted to do with it. And we're going to kind of leave it as that for now, because the next Mon really does help here. And we're going to bring Bronzong. We're going to bring our entire defensive core, and we're finally bringing Bronzong. And I tossed this setup in the air for a while. I knew I wanted Gyro Ball. Okay, I knew I wanted Stealth Rock. And I knew that I wanted Earthquake, because if I didn't bring Earthquake, I couldn't hit Nidoqueen. I also couldn't hit Ferrothorn for any decent damage. I couldn't hit Incineroar, and I couldn't hit yeah. Honestly, I wanted to be able to hit Mew a little bit harder. Well, Mew takes a lot from Gyro Ball, but it also lets me hit Blastoise for a little bit better damage. It's just good coverage overall. The last move I thought about for a little bit, and I realized that if I bring a Light Screen set with Light Clay, not Light Ball, Light Clay, we can easily allow our win condition to sweep. So we're bringing a day to remember, the Bronzong. You're clearly genderless, which is okay with me. Now, we are running a peculiar spread on you. Not a peculiar spread, we're running a pretty solid spread here. We're running nearly max defense, okay, with nearly max HP, fully max defense with a relaxed nature, I believe, because for the longest time I was considering running like HP Ice, I believe I was going to, or was it HP Fire? That's what I was going to do, was run an HP Fire on it to hit Ferrothorn. But then I realized I don't really need to do that, because the Mon that I have that's going to take care of Ferrothorn is going to take care of Ferrothorn. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Though I may change it, I can't really say, because I don't know. Let me see if I actually changed that prep. I want to make sure. Nope, I didn't. Okay, so that, yeah, that's my set. Okay, so we're good. Alright, so yeah, this set allows me, I need to switch into Mega Aerodactyl. And if I recall correctly, I'm going to go ahead and copy paste my team right now, put it in my calc real fast, just so I can double check this and make sure that I'm not blowing smoke. But okay, so I already have it in here. Okay, let's go with Bronzong. Okay, this set against Aerodactyl Mega. Okay, we're gonna go offensive set, level 50. Okay, we're going Adamant, and we're going to give you Crunch. Crunch is the only thing that 2-hit kills. But see, the funny thing is that all I have to do is literally just come in on him. See, that's the thing. See, he can't afford to go for Crunch if I have my last monstering in the face. And I'll explain, like I said, I'll explain this whole synergy thing in a second. The last Pokemon I decided to bring was none other than our final member of the team, Mega Heracross. We're bringing Kirito, I believe that's Kirito, because I want to. His ability before will be Moxie, because, I don't know, nothing benefits him, so it really doesn't matter. But we can, I'm going to go ahead and tell you now that this combination of moves, Pin Missile, Close Combat, Rock Blast, and EQ, straight up one-shots almost his entire team. The only 2 Pokemon it does not 2-hit kill is Clefable and Blastoise. And even then, I'm pretty sure it 2-hit kills Blastoise. Actually, I can check that right now. Let's check you, Heracross. Okay, yeah, Heracross against Blastoise. Defensive Spinner. Okay, yeah, never mind. Pin Missile 2-hit kills Blastoise. A physically defensive Blastoise. So, just to give you an idea of just how powerful this thing is, his only switch in is Clefable. Literally, his only switch in is Clefable. He has no hope against this thing. So, and with Skill Link, on Mega Heracross, like I said, it's gonna be Moxie beforehand, but this really allows us to capitalize on Pin Missile and Rock Blast, because Rock Blast will one-shot Mega Aerodactyl. Rock Blast one-shots, Rock Blast has it, after some chip damage on Clefable, has a good chance to do a kill. Earthquake kills Nidoqueen. Rock Blast, close combat kills Kyurem, close combat kills Incineroar, close combat kills Linoon, close combat kills Primeape, Pin Missile kills fully physically defensive Mew, close combat kills Ferrothorn, Rock Blast kills Galvantula. There is no switching into this thing. It's great. And the thing is, I don't have to invest fully in attack. Here's the exact spread I went with. 172 in HP, 108 in attack, the rest into bulk, and 220 in speed with a jolly nature. Okay, that's just how crazy powerful this thing is. Base 185 attack is stupid ridiculous. So, like I said, with this coverage, we actually avoid after rocks being killed by Nidoqueen with a modest Life Orb Flamethrower, if I recall correctly. I'm going to double check right now just to make sure. Nidoqueen, offensive inch. Come on now. Flamethrower to 71 to 85% from a modest Life Orb, Shield Force Life Orb Nidoqueen. After chip, Earthquake one-shots this Nidoqueen. I need to take rocks one time, and it dies to Earthquake. And the fun fact is, and that's a guarantee, it's a 62.5% chance to Oko from full. Just to give you an idea. And the fun fact is with the speed that we're using, we creep not only modest max speed Nidoqueen, we also creep Aerodactyl after it has taken an Icy Wind from Tapu Fini, which is crazy. Now, that's only if it's an adamant Aerodactyl creeping my own Aerodactyl, because he will be hitting 201, this hits 202, or he'll be hitting 201, at -1 he hits 134 speed, which means that we hit 135 will be faster. So that's the crazy fun part. Like, I'm just going to double check that math and make sure, because I don't want to be wrong here. Yep, it's 134 exactly, at -1. Wait a minute. That's not quite right, is it? 201 times 2 divided by 3. Oh, no, that's still 134. Okay, so this... Wait. Yeah, no, that's right. Okay. Whew, didn't want to have to be wrong here, because I would have had to change the spread and go regen. Anyway, so, let's talk about the synergy here. First off, I need Flygon and Thundurus to take care of Galvantula, because Galvantula is actually a problem for my team, first off. It's one of the two things on his team that's immune to Thunder Wave. Second, so I can't just slow it down that way. Second off, if it sets up sticky webs, it's going to create a problem for Heracross with these speed control options I've got going on here. Now, that being said, I wanted to make sure that we could do that. So, Scarfing Flygon into U-turn, going into Thundurus to kill it off with a Sludge Wave, and then going back to Flygon to defog later. So, a good option for me. I almost ran Assault Vest Tapu Fini this week, but I decided against it because I really wanted to make sure that we could taunt the Clefable. And if we can taunt Clefable, we can prevent hazards from going up, which means that Umbreon will have a better chance of not getting crit from Linoon. And also allows this thing to take better, like I said, it allows Heracross essentially to make sure that it can not only guarantee live anything from Nidoqueen, but we can also get wish support back from Umbreon. And Heal Bell is on here in case Kirito gets, or Heracross gets burned, or it gets toxic from like Toxic Spikes. That's why we have to fog on Flygon as well, because Toxic Spikes Nidoqueen could very well be a thing. I could just blow it away with Flygon, but I expect him to carry Ice Beam. It's also why I'm running this spread, because if I can chip down Kyurem, or I can Thunder Wave Kyurem, I can just wall it with Fini. I don't expect him to bring Kyurem though, but I am prepped in case he brings not only that, but Scarf Primeape, because this outspeeds Scarf Primeape and Scarf Kyurem. And we can U-turn on both of them, go into, honestly, Tapu Fini just handles both of them, even though he gets Gunk Shot on Primeape. Actually, I think my better switch into Primeape is Bronzong, which is okay. Also, Heracross very easily switches into Primeape. Like, I'm going to actually check that calc as well, because I want to make sure that I'm not lying to anyone's face. But, okay, Primeape. Jolly Defiant, Choice Scarf, level 50. Close Combat does max 25%, Gunk Shot does max 35%. We blow it away with Close Combat. We can 2-hit kill it with Pin. We do max 85% with Pin Missile, a resisted hit. We one-shot with close combat though. Like, even if we were -1 attack, we would actually one-shot with close combat. Like, yeah. Okay, no, not quite. But it's actually still a roll to one-shot with close combat. That's how ridiculously powerful Mega Heracross is. So the whole entire point of this team is, first off, the last move I decided on here for Umbreon was Toxic, because looking at this team, my switch into, I needed a way to wear down Mew, I need a way to wear down Kyurem, I need a way to wear down Blastoise in particular. Blastoise gets a free spin on Umbreon every time, and I wanted to make sure that doesn't happen without him getting Toxic first. So, he also gets me, I can also Toxic the Galvantula in case he decides to switch it in, and we can break its stats that way. But Toxic and Kyurem is one of the best ways to wear it down, if it's like a sub-roost set. Yes. All the textbooks. I mean, can't go wrong with textbooks. Anyway, so, yeah. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, well first off, everyone say hi to my wife. She's awesome. She keeps the party going here. Almost literally. She's just awesome. She keeps stuff rolling. And honestly, she's been super cool with the whole YouTube thing. So I'm really grateful for her. And so yeah, shout outs to her. Shout outs to Sophie for being Sophie. And anyway, like I said, team synergy time. First off, I've got 2 switch-ins to Aerodactyl in Bronzong and Umbreon. And if I think I can, I'm going to show my switch-in to be Bronzong first, probably, so that I can bait the crunch, go into Umbreon. That way I can foul play. If he brings like a Home Claw set for some stupid reason, he's going to get blown back by foul play. Like, foul play will straight up one-shot it after some chip. Like, it's ridiculous. We can also switch in Tapu Fini relatively well. I expect a Thunderfang on there, though. And that's why I'm also bringing Scarf Flygon, because I can revenge it pretty well. And even if I got Terrain up, Flygon levitates, and Aerodactyl is a flyer, so we can use Dragon Claw against it, and it will not be weakened by the terrain, which is really, really nice to have. Biggest reason I'm running Thunder Wave on Thunders, now that you can see the entire team, I want you to understand, Thunder Wave shuts down Heracross's threats. Thunder Wave shuts down Mew, so I can kill it in one shot with Pin Missile. Thunder Wave shuts down Aerodactyl, so I can one-shot it with Rock Blast. Thunder Wave shuts down Kyurem, so I can one-shot it with Close Combat. Thunder Wave shuts down Clefable, or it doesn't shut down Clefable as well, but it allows me to really play some mind games with it. Like, I want to be able to potentially, I don't want to bank on Parahacks, but I want the option to be there, because if I can shut it down, I can actually use it to my advantage to, like, for example, I can use it to taunt. I can taunt it down on top of Fini a lot easier, and I can switch out into a lot of other things on it accordingly. Like, it'll become a lot less of a problem, because if I can Thunder Wave it, and then I can get in the top of Fini and taunt it down, like, and then just start spamming Surf or Icy Wind or Moonblast. That's the biggest things I can expect. The thing is, if I expect Mega Aerodactyl for some stupid reason to come in on top of Fini, Surf will never be my prediction hit. I will always click Icy Wind, because I want to slow it down, and I can pivot out into Umbreon, get back into Kirito, and kill it. Like, that'd be the thing. I expect him to go for Aerial Ace against Umbreon, because, like, that's the best thing it can hit me with. I can foul play it, or I can Toxic it, which can be even better, and I can wear it down that way, so that even if the terrain's up, I can Toxic Aerodactyl. And Bronzong, like I said, okay, this will really make a lot of sense now. Light Clay Light Screen allows not only my Goggles to live a Moonblast from Clefable, allows this thing to live a Hidden Power Ice from Galvantula in the event that I've chipped it down but I haven't exactly killed it. If I can get the screen up, I can go into Kaiba and just start blowing things away. This also is a failsafe for if I can get Light Screen up versus Mew. I can get into Heracross and kill it with Pin Missile and not worry about getting to a kill by Psychic. Because if I can recall correctly from my calcs, let's check. Mew. Okay, defensive Stall Breaker Mew. Okay, that creeps. Yeah, that's creeping Mammoth's fine, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so even if he's running Psychic over Ice Beam, Psychic normally is a 2-hit kill, but if I got Light Screen up, it does 27 to 32, and we kill it in one shot with Pin Missile, guaranteed. Like, even if he's max defense, max HP, like 101 to 120 is the roll for Pin Missile on a fully physically defensive Mew. I don't think I'm gonna expect a Tonga Berry, only because if he does bring that, I can just pop it with U-turn first turn with U-turn with Flygon. I can just go into Heracross that way and start spamming Pin Missile. Like, and if he's fully physically defensive, that means he's got no speed investment. Oh, I didn't calc that properly. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's a 93% chance to OHKO with Pin Missile if he's got a defense boosting nature. Okay, so that's always fun. But if he's got no speed investment, I actually have speed in with Heracross, and I do kill him. Especially after he takes rocks. If he takes rocks, he's going to die. Like, even if he's Tonga Berry, and I go with Flygon. Not Kirito. We go Goggles here. We can click U-turn, and even if he's a Tonga Berry, he takes 12 to 14%, which is literally Stealth Rock's roll, which means I can go into Heracross and just blow him away at that point. So yeah, that's the whole point of that. Now, this is the team. Like, I'm really stinking proud of this prep, because if I can taunt down the Clefable, I can. And that's the biggest thing, is Poison EMZ. I wanted a solid offensive response to Clefable, because if I can taunt it down, I can get it to start going for like attacks or something, or if he just switches, I can double into pretty safely into Thunderous every time. If he doesn't switch, actually my switch almost every time would be my Bronzong. I can set up a Light Screen from there. If he doesn't get, like, it's just ridiculous what this thing can do. Bronzong can set up a Light Screen. We can get out into Thunder, start pressuring a lot of things. But I need Volt Switch over Thunderbolt, because yeah, it really doesn't allow me to one-shot the like, let me just go ahead and run that calc for you too, because Aerodactyl Mega. Okay, let's go ahead and make you the spread that I expect. Okay, we're gonna run you Adamant. Okay, and we'll give you, let's give you 12 in Spadef. Okay. Volt Switch only does 77 to 92%, but that also can mean that if he takes a round of rocks, he's going to die to Volt Switch. My bigger priority, though, is getting a Thunder Wave off on it, because if I can get a Thunder Wave off on it, I can actually just straight up sweep with Heracross if I can slow down the right mons and get rid of Clefable. That is the goal of this match. Get rid of Clefable, I can slow down the rest of it, and I can slow down things with Kaiba and Asuna here. Those two things, if I can slow everything down that I need to, Heracross will win the game for me, because I have the coverage for everything. I just got to make sure that I don't miss a 95% accurate move, or another 90% accurate move. Like, granted, after some chip, the roll for close combat on Heracross is like 91 to 106, so really it's like a 50% chance to kill with close combat anyway. So if I think it's not worth the risk of Rock Blast missing, I will just click close combat and kill it. But anywho, but if I find out that he's bulky later on, I will end up just going straight for a Rock Blast to kill it. Because even like a max HP Aerodactyl is one shot by Rock Blast. So yeah, fun facts there. So yeah, that is the entire point of the team. It's been 34 minutes now. This is more like the team prep I'm expecting that I want to show you guys, because this really gives you a better in-depth analysis on what I want to do. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and if that's all that's been from me, this has been Phantombass. I will catch you guys in our battle tomorrow. Bye guys.